Hey all, Victor here. So I'm making this video in an attempt to start a video series covering various features of ngSkinTools, mainly for new users that have just downloaded the tool and are having a lot of questions, just don't know where to start from. So I really hope that people will bear with my Eastern European accent and these tutorials will prove to be useful. So let's just get started. So for first video, let's just imagine that you just downloaded the tool, got it installed, you can see the shelf, and there's just one button, and you click it, it opens UI and what's next. So first things first, you need to have a rig. You have your joins, your controls, your meshes. Meshes are already bound to joins. And this would be a point in time where you would go skin, paint, skin weights tool, and start doing your usual thing. So instead we will not do it. We will open plugin UI. And you can see that when you select a mesh, you can click this button which says Initialize skinning layers. So let's just do it. For now, just don't worry about what those skinning layers are. We will get back to them later. For now, you just need to understand that in order to start painting, you select a layer on the left and you select a joint on the right. Everywhere in plugin UI you will see a word influence. So because skin cluster can have not only joints but other things as well, we use terms influence. But if you are ever confused with the term, just remember influences equals joints if all you ever use is joints. Alright, so we are now ready to do some painting. So it's very simple. You just click paint, select a joint and just paint as usual. Nothing spectacular. So here we are painting in ngSkinTools. Hooray! No magic yet. The tools are very much similar to Maya's. You have replace scale, smooth, you have your brush shape, so should be pretty familiar. So for now I'll just take a shortcut. So instead of painting weights on the spine, I'll instead select spine joints and say assign to closest joint, and what it did for me is it took each joint and assigned to it all vertices that are closest to it. So we get this result that if we scrub the animation, it's kinda okay, but you can see it's not a smooth result. So then I go back to paint, select smooth brush and just flood it a few times. So this gives us a decent starting weights on the torso. But you might say, so okay, so there's more joints on the torso. Let's say there's hips and there's shoulders. So now is the time for a new layer. So we create a new layer. Let's call it clavicles. We find our clavicles, and I'll just paint some weights here. So replace. And now let's just step back and see what we've done. So if we go to and scrub the animation, we can see that, yeah, when we lift clavicles, the painted area goes with it. But if we scrub the animation on the torso, we can see that where we haven't painted anything, we still have our old weights here, and they're all in a different layer here. So this is where the magic happens. So you can see that in the second layer, this area that we painted something, and this area which is black. So in here we say that the layer is transparent, and then the weights on the skin cluster will be written from this layer here. And this lets us do some magic. Let's say we can add and remove weights with confidence. So I can go completely destroy weights here. But if I say, just let's replace them to 0 on this layer, see what happens. Our weights hop back in place. So this means that I can tweak the way how clavicle blends into the spine without the fear that I will destroy how I distributed weights between different spine joints. So let's leave it here. Just go play with layers a bit, and we will get back to them in more detail later. Okay, so another thing that you might want to do, that you will want to do very often in skinning, is mirroring. So first you might notice that we have a mirror button, but it's disabled. And this is because mirroring is a two-step process in ngSkinTools. First, you have to tell the plugin where's left and where's right. We call this mirror init mirror. And then you can mirror in any pose. So let's just do it. So we go to mirror tab, click Initialize. There's a bunch of options, but for now let's accept the defaults. Let's say we're done, and now we're ready to do mirror. So let's, for the sake of demonstration, just go into some weird pose. Do we have one? Yeah, here. So I would expect that right clavicle gets the same weights as on the left. So we click mirror, and here we have it. So it's a pretty handy feature, because we can, while painting this side, we can immediately see effects on the other side. So yeah. So I guess that's about it for a start, and see you later.